We've also looked at the second part of the book, which has to do with the Olivet Discourse in Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21, where Jesus describes what I have proposed is his coming in judgment upon Jerusalem and all that attended that, the wars, the rumors of wars, and all these various things that occurred. And we looked at the style of speech, and we looked at some of the historical evidence, internal evidence within the Bible itself, the New Testament itself, concerning what Jesus said. And I've proposed that whole section of Matthew, Mark, and Luke really doesn't deal with a future far-off coming of Jesus in our time, but actually dealt with the return of Jesus in judgment on Jerusalem. And I think that this is probably one of the most difficult things for people to get their head around when I suggest that Jesus came in the first century. But honestly, it's not so far-fetched, really, when you think about it, because throughout the Old Testament, we see, in Isaiah 19, the Lord rides on a swift cloud. He's about to come to Egypt. And there are at least a dozen texts that I could think of off the top, and we're not going to research all of them, where you see God coming in clouds of judgment upon a nation, whether it's Babylon or Egypt or even Jerusalem. So this is characteristic of the language of the Bible concerning the arrival of God. We're going to see Jesus coming on a cloud in Revelation 14. John cries out, Jesus is coming on a cloud in Revelation 1. And so we have this whole idea of Jesus, who is God, very God, coming on the scene in clouds of judgment to judge Jerusalem and to bring the Old Covenant era to its final conclusion. Now let's look at something real quick, and this is a little bit of a departure from what I plan to do today as we arrive at Revelation 11, but maybe we're just backtracking a little bit. When we look especially at Revelation 6, because we see John seeing the vision of Jesus in chapter 1 of Revelation. The messages go out to the seven churches, which we are told was written to them and was relevant to their circumstances 2,000 years ago. And then we see this great throne room vision, set of visions in Revelation 4 and 5, where the Lamb is given the book or the scroll and begins to break the seals. And we suggested that may have been from the book of Daniel, where Daniel was told to seal his visions until the time of the end. And so now Jesus, as we approach this time of the end, and that end is not the end of the world, it's the end of the era of Jewish privilege.